What a guan. So the Chinese zodiac has hours that correspond with the animal signs. These animal signs correspond with the constellations of the Western zodiac. Now, I found a clock in the Plaza of San Marco in Italy that has the zodiac, the hours, and appears to be a clock. It also has the moon and Polaris. Now, if we were to line up the Chinese zodiac, you would get this, except there's one problem: the hours don't match. So if you flip the hours around and make them do match, then you would have to flip the constellations to make them match the Chinese counterpart. But obviously, it's not that way. Ironically, it's flipped at Capricorn and Cancer, like the tropics of Capricorn, the tropics of Cancer. These are the right times right here. If the clock were to rotate counterclockwise, like the stars go around Polaris, then this clock would be right. But then it wouldn't match the hours, unless they counted time backwards. They admit in the mainstream narrative the clock didn't work and has had to been fixed several times. Are clocks supposed to run counterclockwise? I've always thought that. When you go counterclockwise, you're spiraling out and upwards. In Reiki, counterclockwise motions are how you get rid of bad energy. The little thing on your computer when you're waiting for something always spins clockwise, and so do the clocks. They're spiraling in, harnessing negative energy. I was hoping when I looked at this to be able to move the zodiac to the right part and figure out how long ago this was built using some calculations about the stars moving 30 degrees every 2,160 years. I thought at first, I figured out that it was around 64,000 years old. But when I looked at the rest of the signs, none of them lined up until I flipped it at the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. Then everything lined up perfectly. But the numbers didn't line up still, just the zodiac signs with the corresponding hours in the Chinese zodiac. If the hours that were written around the clock were written completely backwards, then it would line up with the way the zodiacs are. But if it was spinning backwards with the numbers the way they are, would that mean they're keeping time backwards? Like I wake up at 21 o'clock and meet someone for breakfast at 19 o'clock? Or could it be these numbers are just part of an elaborate facade? Also, in doing this, I learned that they add a lot of stuff to make this really confusing, like switching from military time to standard time, having symbols that represent constellations, and basically making it difficult every step of the way. But I can tell you, as a Chinese zodiac enthusiast, the Chinese zodiac hours of the day do have a certain feel, a certain characteristic, and the different days of the week that line up with specific zodiac signs do always feel a different way, and I notice this in my life. So, could they be trying to hide the influence of the stars on the people? Like how they make us think astronomy is real and astrology is fake when it's really the other way around? Any thoughts on this? Drop me a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace out, yo.